All right, guys, Mike here with the watch list video for Wednesday, June 12th. I was just in chat. I know I wasn't there today. I was there in the morning and told you guys I wasn't going to be around. Um, also told you that I was icing my wrist and I had ibuprofen for breakfast. So, anyway, here's the explanation. I said I was going to do it in the video, so I'm going to do it. Um, the missus going through menopause, right? So she has these hot flashes. I'm sure many of you hearing this will be able to relate. Um, so I broke down and decided to get a mini split put in our master bedroom, right? Um, all right, so they were supposed to come and install it today, and she wasn't going to be home. She had to leave. So we kind of have a big headboard, like it's pretty tall, right? And so I wanted to put a mark on the wall at the height because we had to pull the headboard way away from the wall to give them, it was going over our bed, right? So they were going to need room to get behind the bed. So before we pulled the bed out, I wanted to put a mark on the wall at the top of the headboard so they knew to install it over that, right? So when we just slid the bed back in place, it didn't hit the unit, right? She had to leave really early today, so I'd only been up out of bed. It was like 6 in the morning maybe, and I'd only been out of bed for like 5 minutes. I was super tired. I hadn't even had my coffee yet. But we were getting ready to pull the bed away, so I wanted to put that mark on the wall, right? So I climb on the bed, and if you're married or anything, most men will appreciate this. We've got the typical 47 pillows on our bed, right? Most of them decorative that get put away every night. I don't know. When I was single, I owned 2 pillows. Now I own the whole house, maybe 112. I don't know. I've lost control. I got married. I lost control of my life years ago. Um, so I just climb amongst the pillows to put my little mark on the wall. But again, I'm half asleep. So when I go to step, I put my mark on the wall. I go to step away from the hodgepodge of pillows, and literally they just, I don't know. I got tripped up in them and literally face planted off the bed from a standing position. And by the way, we already have a tall bed, straight to the floor, concrete floors, right? Without any buffer in between. So obviously, I put my hands out, and my left wrist is killing me now. So there goes my workout schedule for a while. So that's how I started my day. I told you guys I would share it. It's not a very heroic story. I pretty sure I looked like a moron when it happened, but it happened. So anyway, we have the mini split in now, and that's why again I had the HVAC guys here all day, and I had my granddaughter here, so I literally couldn't work, right? So came in the afternoon, made some nice money though in SMLR, and would have made huge money in GameStop too. Missed my bid by like 6 cents, I think. Kevin P said it barely missed his bid too, but anyway, that's it. That's my story. The SPY gapped down and then ended up going out at all-time highs again. Our power just went out. It's been a weird freaking day. Anyway, so now I'm making this video on generator power. All right, so let me go into, well, I'll talk about a couple real quick that I popped in the afternoon and still made a couple calls. GameStop was one of them. Let me go to 5 minutes one day. I saw that it was ripping here. All right, so it finally broke, it gapped down, took out the early highs, cup and handle, and then broke the highs. So after that, it started to come down. I called the FIs buy zone, which would have been an entry somewhere right around 26.36, something like that, middle of the FIs buy zone. I was getting a little cute. I think I was at 26.27. Look how close I was to getting filled. Anyway, and from there it was off to the races. It went up huge from there. It went up to 30.92 from the low to mid 26s. I did the same thing with SMLR. Had this big pop in the afternoon, big breakout. I called FIs buy zone. I got filled at, I think, 39.36. I think right about there. And it went to, and I sold a chunk for well over $1, 40.50, I think. Sold the rest when it came back down a little bit. So anyway, a couple FIs buy zone plays. Let me remind everyone that FOMC tomorrow and CPI. CPI is before the open. So I think the market has kind of been on hold until then, right? All right, anyway, let me go into what we're watching for tomorrow. I'm probably going to take this one off. Yeah, I'm going to pull it. I was going to put CMND on, but I'm not. So let's start with Stitch Fix, SFIX. Hang on, I'm zoomed in. All right, I knew something was wrong. This has been really strong. It was on watch coming into today. Actually topped out at exactly the whole number 4. So it's a strong stock. It's a recent high flyer, and it topped out at a whole number. So that's enough for me to put it on watch. WHLR goes on watch with that massive move today. GameStop goes on watch with that big bounce. GME, IREN, way ahead of itself. Like, I'm not sure I should have this on watch, but it's had a big rip. VRDN, nice volume today, closing above this most recent high. Could have a follow-through day tomorrow. KWE, gapped up but held up pretty well. So now you got a possible break of today's high and then yesterday's high stacked above it. So AISP, big volume today. Closed off its highs, but big volume, so we're going to watch it. Affirm, AFRM, gapped up on something with Apple, sold off most of the day, and then ended up going out at its highs. Speaking of Apple, I don't have it on watch, but look at this big rip today. That is impressive. I mean, that's a huge day for Apple. I think it's sitting at all-time highs, by the way. But anyway, back to Affirm. Nice little mini breakout today. We're going to watch that for a follow-through day. AEHR, nice little flag. Got this long base, broke out of the base and flagging. Kind of like the looks of that one. UNFI, 3-day pullback after a nice pop. Goes on bounce watch or long watch, whatever. Reddit, kind of forming a cup and handle here. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. BDTX, nice pop today. Maybe a follow-through day tomorrow. GRRR, this, whoops, one too many R's. This is one ugly chart, right? But that's overdue for a bounce. You know, right here it was 6 something and then straight down to 3 something. Overdue for a snapback bounce. And then Oracle goes on gap watch. There's the daily. As I'm talking to you, it's trading at 134.75, sitting at all-time highs and after hours. So we'll watch that as a gap play. As always, we'll add other gappers to this list as well. And that's it for me. I'll see you guys in chat.